and welcome to this edition of our webinar training and introduction to CareerLocker for adult job seekers and adult students and professionals that work with adult job seekers and students. This is Amy Rivera, your CareerLocker training representative. Let's get started. This page that you see in front of you is the professional homepage. This is what you as professionals see when you first log into your CareerLocker. Your students and clients should not be seeing this page, and that is why there are two different registration codes for each organization, one for professionals and one for clients or students. To access the student site or the customer site, you just click on this link up in the top right-hand corner. This will say student site if you're working with adult college students, but if you are working with adult job seekers at some private organizations or all of the job centers in the state of Wisconsin, this link will say customer site. If you are working outside of the state of Wisconsin, the same thing would apply to you. It would say student site for your college students and then client site for any adult job seekers. Now this page that you see in front of you is the adult homepage. So when I say adult, I am talking about both adult job seekers and adult students. This is the adult homepage. Here we see that 768 people are currently logged into CareerLocker. I do have the ability to switch CareerLocker over into Spanish. So if you have those Spanish-speaking adults, they can click this link, and the majority of the website is translated over into Spanish. Not 100% of it, as you can see here, but most of it translated over into Spanish. I'm going to click it back to English. Here we have test prep packages. For the adults, there is test prep package number 1, which is a flat $480 per building, and that gives you access to the PSAT, the SAT, the ACT, or things such as the ASVAB, the CLEP, the TOEFL, things like that. Test prep package number 2 is for a flat price of $400, and that includes AP practice tests and SAT subject tests, but also for your adult students. It includes practice tests for the GMAT, the GRE, the LSAT, the MAT, and the MCAT. Below, you can see here the most visited occupations in the last 2 weeks. Looks like professional athletes, which is always on this list, is still here. Video game designers. And then over here on the left-hand side, we have this Check It Out section. So the last time I was logged into CareerLocker, I looked at information on park rangers. And so CareerLocker is recommending these other occupations based on that last look. The most visited colleges and schools in the last 2 weeks in Wisconsin are UW-Madison, Oshkosh, Milwaukee, and then Eau Claire. So this is for Wisconsin students. And then below, students and job seekers can get help finding information on specific occupations, schools, even looking at occupations, and then they can get information on the job seeking tools. Now I do offer a separate webinar focusing on each of these sections for the adult job seekers, such as the adult job center clients and the adult students. So please, I feel free to check out one of my other webinars, but I'm just going to give you a brief overview. Under assessments, we do have the assessments for adults. The Personal Globe Inventory is our big interest assessment. We here at CareerLocker in the Center in Education and Work do believe in the career development theories that say that people are most happy in occupations that match their interests. But we also have the skill assessments, the values inventory, and then the learning styles inventory. And if you're not sure which assessment to take, you can click on this help button. I will go over this information more when I focus on the assessments part of CareerLocker in my other webinar. Don't forget to click on this link here for more assessments and tools. And then there are more interests, skills, and values assessments. Occupations, an adult can actually browse specific occupations. They can browse adult career occupations, military occupations, career clusters. I like the career clusters, especially for those students that don't know what program or what they want to do or what kind of major they want to pursue. If you have that student that says to you, I don't know what I'm going to do, I just want to work in the healthcare field, or if you have that job seeker that says to you, I don't care what I do, I just want to help people, you can go to the specific career cluster. So I'm going to click Human Services for helping people. Here's a specific description on the Human Services career cluster. But I also have related occupations. So if you want to help people, then you can check out these occupations, and it looks like a couple of them are hot jobs. Hot jobs, these occupations over the next 10 years, the openings are projected to increase by at least 27%. So your students and job seekers, your adults, are going to have an easier time finding a job in this field. Now, under occupations, I can also look up information on my workplace skills, which is good for job seekers that have previous skills, have worked in previous jobs, or find jobs based on the work that they've done or the education that they have. And then information on adult apprenticeships. The education section, your adults can browse colleges and schools or search for colleges and schools based on specific criteria. They can also browse majors and degrees, and again, find information on adult apprenticeships, school to career programs, and even browse graduate schools. I will go more in depth into the education portion when I go over education for adults in that specific webinar. Job seeking, this is where you can find outside job banks. These specific banks, and you have to be in the state of Wisconsin to get the Wisconsin job banks or openings on the internet. But anybody can go to us.jobs or nation.job and search for open positions. Over here in the lower left-hand corner, we have the resume maker and the cover letter writer. So your clients and your students, your adults, can actually build a resume in CareerLocker. It will be saved to their ePortfolio. They can also write a cover letter and then watch these online tools, the resume and the job interview. These are nice tools to learn about the different types of resumes and then the different ways to, the appropriate way to behave during an interview, to prepare and to follow up. And then we have sample resumes, cover letters, and applications. Budgeting, I do offer a separate budget builder webinar, but just to give you an idea, your adults can go here and click on the number of people in their household, and then they can choose a certain dollar amount that they want to budget for each item each month. And they can figure out how much money they need to make each year in order to have this specific lifestyle. Planning, we have the education and career planning. This is a nice self-exploration tool. And then the career planning 123, this is a good tool for your clients that don't have the best reading abilities. Here with the career planning 123, I know they use this a lot in the job centers. The clients, the adults, will be rating aspects of work that are most important to them. Then they will be linked up to jobs that might suit them, and they would pick their favorites, and then they can look up either education or training that they might need, and then develop an action plan. Okay, and don't forget, everything that an adult does in their CareerLocker account does get saved into the ePortfolio. The ePortfolio, I like to say, is the storage house of information. Adults can save personal information, skills, they can research all of their assessment results, they can punch in academic records and activities and all of this fun stuff. So that pretty much wraps up this specific webinar focusing on an introduction to CareerLocker for adults, either adult job seekers or adult students. This is Amy Rivera, your sales and training representative. If you have any questions, please feel free to send me an email My email address is arivera3@wisc.edu. That's A-R-I, V as in Victor, E-R-A 3 at W-I-S as in Sam, C.edu. Thanks so much for attending. Please check out my other webinars. Over and out.